Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a showcase of what you get in Bardsung. I just got my pledge just this weekend. There's some of the add-on stuff there underneath the table, but I just wanted to thumb through it quickly. There's the shipping box and show you what comes in, especially this main box, this core box of Bardsung Legend of the Ancient Forge here on Savory Game YouTube channel. Yeah, so I've thumbed through it a little bit, but I thought maybe we could just go back through it again. I just had to take a look at some of those awesome minis. They look really awesome. And yeah, I think I'll do a good bit of content on this. I'm really excited to dive into it. And I've also thought about doing, side note, a kind of a tutorial playthrough of Jaws of the Lion from Gloomhaven. I've got a Gloomhaven campaign going, as you can see there. But also, and I thought Jaws of the Lion would be kind of a good place to start if you're interested in getting into the game and checking it out. Could be cool. And this is not about that though. This is about Bardsung. Anyway, I digress. So let's dive in. Let's just look through what you get in the core box. This enormous box. Man, it was huge. I kind of love that though. I kind of love that you get this big meaty game you can sink your teeth into. Take a lot of time. But here's a tile reference sheet you get right at the top, along with the kind of inspirational sheet here right when you open up the box. Inspire the songs, live your legend, become Bardsung. So the whole idea here is that you're a group of adventurers looking to make a name for yourself really and figure out what you have to do along the way to become Bardsung, which is a cool idea. So right off the bat here you've got punch out boards, lots of tokens, lots of lovely map tiles, and it's raining really hard, so excuse the background noise if you can hear that. But I'm gonna punch all those out, and this is what I'm really impressed by with Steamforged. Obviously Steamforged makes a lot of good high quality games, but I love all the storage components here. Obviously these will be full once I start going through all those tokens and stuff, but yeah, lots of storage options. These are player boards, which is nice because you can kind of you can kind of pause Bardsung even mid-play session, I believe, and you can just kind of box everything up or cover everything up here and keep it in a save state for the next time you're able to get to the table. And as you can see, there's a lot here, so I imagine that play sessions are going to take a decent amount of time. So we'll move another one of those. Here are the beautiful minis. We'll pop that open. It's tough to do one-handed when you're holding a camera. I typically put it up on a mount, but I wanted to get a little closer to this because there's so much in here. Here's a two-headed fellow. These are enemies. The gray ones are enemies. It's like a rock monster there, a golem of some kind. Golem or golem? I don't know. But yeah, that's just one container of minis. You've got another one over here. Here's some of the heroes. The Fables box, which is the box underneath there, has got a ton more stretch goal heroes so you can play with. I'm excited to try different party combinations, stuff like that. It's gonna be good. I haven't had a ton of luck with dungeon crawlers. I love the idea of dungeon crawlers more so than I love dungeon crawlers because they tend to be really tough, really brutal. And for a long time now, I've thought to put together some thoughts on a couple that I've tried. For instance, I've got Descent over there. I tried for a good while, sold it, then got another copy of it. This is the guy I'm excited about. A Wild Shell. A Turtle Cleric. But anyway, I'm excited to try this. There's some differences here than perhaps the traditional dungeon crawler, and I think there might be some more accessibility here to play through a campaign, but we'll see. It looks pretty tough. Most dungeon crawlers are. We'll see how it goes. I might put just a dungeon crawler video together at some point. But this is one that I'm excited to try, just because it's kind of the modern dungeon crawler. I played Sword and Sorcery for a while, played Descent, as I mentioned. This guy is just ridiculous. This is a large, like, greater demon character whose wings are separate, and they're over here in this card container. I remember how he was. I think his back was to us, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, another thing I like about this is you've actually got a board. So you have modular tiles, but you fold out this board, and in each play session, I believe your goal is just to make it to the other side of the board, so it feels almost race-like in that way. Some token trackers, different spots to put cards and stuff, and fold that out at some point. It's just more amazing, fun, whimsical minis. Like, I love this, like an ooze, like a classic D&D kind of oozy character that I'm sure will be easily defeated. You've got characters in chains. These guys are just begging to be painted, which is another thing I've said I was going to get into for a while, but haven't. One more. Oh, I love this guy. A mushroom man. This just screams not necessarily dark fantasy, but just like storybook fantasy, which I like. There's a little bit of a lighter tone to some of this. There's some dark bad guys, of course, but I kind of like the more whimsical feel of what Bardsung is offering here. And more, you can see this is like a demigorgon with blade hands. Really cool stuff. A whole bunch of cards. Lots of lurking horror. Yeah, that's like an event card. We've got a second wind card, characters, enemies, ability cards, all sorts of stuff. Throwing rocks, looks like another event. Yeah, let's push this aside. We'll crack open another box. How about that? Excuse me. But when I get the time, I want to make more content about all these wonderful games I've been fortunate enough to afford to get my hands on. Board gaming has become almost a luxury, and it's not lost on me that it's pretty neat to be able to see kind of the best and brightest the hobby has to offer, and I'm thankful for that, fortunate to be able to do that. So I want to take advantage of that, you know. There we go. Let's see what else we can find in some of the stretch goal stuff. This is Lost Levels expansion. Looks like it's got a very almost 40K feel with some of these automaton-like soldiers. Lots of these kind of characters here in this box. But I want to show you Fables. I want to take a peek at the Fables. Let me put this down for a second here. Try to open this box with one hand. Should have done this beforehand. There we go. Take a look at this guy. Gaze into his eyes for a second. I'll open this box. You guys having a good conversation? Good. All right. Hope that wasn't too awkward. Amazing artwork. Completely separate adventure book here, too, which looks awesome. Just more and more hours of play. Spoilers. And more minis. This is something I'm excited to experiment with. I'm sure the least complicated heroes are probably in the main box over there, but you've got cool guys like this. A centaur man. That's just going to be awesome to try out and play with. This looks like Kratos, God of War. And then this guy looks like he perhaps belongs in the setting of wherever the Lost Levels comes from. So yeah, and of course under here they've got more cards and abilities, all sorts of stuff that's going to come mirrored in the other box. This guy's kind of like a ghast warrior, like a ghost warrior, skeleton warrior, zombie dude kind of thing. And lots of little gnomes, or goblins, I should say. Knights, typical like goblin marauder kind of feel there. Just cool. Yep. So lots to dig into, lots to figure out. It's gonna be good. Can't wait. Let me know if you enjoyed this and if you'd like to see more Bardsung. I might set up the tutorials and film those so you can see how the game plays and how it works if you're interested in picking up a copy. I know it went to retail this past Friday, so now we're in early August. So it was it would have been the 1st or the March 31st, I guess it was, of 2022. And so I think retailers should have this game by now. And yeah, I'll do more if you want to see more. Still want to put some thoughts about Euthia as well. Haven't given that a shot. But it's in the age of the golden age of boutique kickstarted games, and I wish I had the time to do more. But there's just a quick peek at Bardsung, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All right, bye.